Hi, I'm Andy, and I want to talk to you about what students who do not do well in their online classes say is the number one reason for their lack of success. This issue turns out to be struggling with time management. For busy students who have a variety of commitments that can pull them away from staying on top of their coursework, having strong time management skills is essential. This is especially true in online classes which do not meet together regularly like face-to-face courses do, and therefore have less built-in structure. This means when taking an online course, students are going to have to be better able to create their own structure in order to stay on top of the coursework. So let's talk about some useful strategies that will help you manage your time and feel like you're in charge of your schoolwork rather than feeling like your schoolwork's in charge of you. The first useful step to take is to get clear on how much time you need to budget each week to get your work done. A large portion of students who have never taken an online class before report that they think online classes will take less time than face-to-face courses. That is a myth. Online classes require just as much work, if not more, due to the fact that online classes usually require more writing than on-campus classes. A good guideline is to figure you'll be spending 3 to 4 hours working each week for every credit your course is worth. So, as you can see on the screen here, a 3 credit class normally will require 9 to 12 hours a week of work. If you're taking a full-time load of 12 credits of online classes in a semester, this means you'll be putting in 36 to 48 hours of work each week. So once you have determined how much time you'll need, the next thing to do is to make sure you are keeping a calendar to organize all the various tasks in your life. So for some of you, this will be a new habit that will require you to put some effort into for a while until it has become routine. If you Google free calendar, you'll have a number of different calendars from which you can choose the one that'll work best for you. For a fee, you can buy more advanced planners like iStudies, which is specifically for students, or similar software you can use and set up to do things like remind you when your assignments are due. Of course, planners and calendars don't work if you don't use them. So take time at the beginning of each week to plan out your calendar for that week. Block out times to do your coursework and stick to those times. Don't set up your schedule such that you are trying to get everything done in one long session. This can be overwhelming and can make us want to avoid doing the work. Plan for several small blocks of time. Another good tip to remember is not to plan out every minute of each day with some activity. Things always come up on the fly that need dealing with. So be sure to leave time each day so when things come up that have to be dealt with right away, you have space to rearrange your calendar and still get everything done that needs doing. Another important consideration for busy students that is a necessary part of keeping up with life's demands is the need to set appropriate boundaries with others. Constant interruptions and family and friends who assume you're available to meet their needs at the drop of a hat will sabotage your ability to have the time you need to concentrate on your schoolwork. Sometimes students will try to multitask and get their work done while doing other things like supervising children. However, research shows that even people who believe they're good at multitasking have poor results when they try and split their attention back and forth between more than one thing. Let friends and family know when your study time is going to be and remind them when you are not to be disturbed. This often means putting others in charge of dealing with routine household tasks while you are studying, or trading help like agreeing to watch your neighbor's kids tomorrow if he can watch your kids today. In fact, it is often helpful to recruit the people in your life to be part of your team, so to speak, by telling them about what you are studying and what goals you are trying to reach through your education. You might even want to tell them to remind you to get your schoolwork done. That is, make them feel like they are a part of helping you achieve success. One of the biggest potential problems for online students is feeling isolated and alone with the schoolwork they're doing, so it can be a great benefit to recruit as many people to be on your team as possible. For a lot of us, saying no is difficult, but this is a normal part of being in healthy relationships. Often people in your life will tell you they absolutely need something from you when, in truth, they're really expressing a want, not a need. Learn to recognize the difference and only commit to what you really deep down feel okay with doing. If you commit to more than that, even if you do manage to get it done, you will eventually feel resentful and it'll cause conflict in your relationships. Often we have a hard time saying no because we want to be liked and not upset those that we care about. In the end, it's more important to be respected than liked. People may at times be upset when you say no, but if you are consistent over time, they will eventually learn to respect your limits. You'll be able to get your schoolwork done and you won't be worried that you have too much on your plate to be able to follow through on the things you do say yes to. Another crucial issue is to be sure you're getting enough sleep and exercise. It may seem like a contradiction, but people who get enough sleep each night to be well rested and who exercise regularly get more done than people who do not do these things. In fact, research has shown that they do not just get more done, they get a lot more done. People who do not get enough of these two vital components of life show a significantly lower ability to remain motivated, concentrate, and complete tasks, and higher rates of physical illness, depression, anxiety, and general dissatisfaction with their lives. All this results in more procrastination, taking much longer to accomplish tasks and doing those tasks less well. It is easy to say, I do not have time for sleep and exercise, but the truth is, you do not have time not to get the sleep and exercise you need. By the way, getting enough exercise does not mean you have to join a gym and become a marathon runner. A brisk half-hour walk, just walking fast enough to get your heart rate up a little bit, around the neighborhood each day is all we need to promote health and improve our daily functioning. So the last item I want to mention, which sums up everything we have talked about so far, is to point out that for those who are new to college or have been struggling with their coursework, to be successful in college usually means developing some new habits. All the tips I've mentioned in this video are essentially habits to cultivate. The bad news is that research shows it usually takes 3 to 6 months for a new activity to become a habit. Therefore, it is normal to find it difficult to get in the routine of, for example, maintaining a calendar or exercising every day. However, the good news is by persevering, eventually new behaviors, such as the ones we have discussed in this video, eventually become routine and do not require so much effort to do regularly. So I hope this video has given you some new ideas and can help you make the work you're doing as a student easier and more productive. Take care.